Talk Show.
It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 491.
What's happening, guys? What's going on? Jake Janssen is in the
mate.
building.
He's
How are we?
a fun guy with
I'm a fun guy.
New Balance basketball. Is that some form of campaign that they're doing?
So the fun guy thing is Kawhi Leonard, a basketball player. He's signed by New Balance, but he's actually like a really sort of boring guy. Like the way he speaks, he's quite boring. But when he got traded to the Raptors, he had like a press conference and they're like, "Oh, is there anything you want to tell us about?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm a fun guy." It was just,
Was he being funny?
it's hard to tell. He's one of those guys that's
But New Balance picked it up and turned it.
Yeah. To be honest, I actually don't know if this is like a legit New Balance because he had
It's not.
No,
faded.
this isn't like this is just like just an internet thing. I just thought it was hilarious.
Oh,
But,
where'd you get it from?
the internet,
Etsy or something?
something like that.
Yeah.
Can you see if we can get a fun guy T-shirt, Mr. 97? See if they actually released it and how much it was. How much did you pay?
Oh, like $20.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, I bought a T-shirt that was a photo of Louis Theroux, the documentarian, and it said Bay. It's like got a love heart. There's something fun about
That's
the
a great
novelty
shirt.
sort of
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Yeah,
It's very cute. So if you're watching or listening, this is Josh Janssen's brother.
Middle brother. I'm the youngest.
yeah. I'm the middle.
And now this is completing the full brother circle.
Oh yeah, we had James on. That would have been
Early days.
pre-100.
Can't believe James got on before me though.
I know.
Well,
Like,
no, we had to
honestly.
get him on because doesn't live in this
This
country.
is true. This is true.
You've been around. We've asked you to come on, but your management has finally said it's okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen to
I
mum
had to get
anymore.
clearance.
Something I had a realization when I was looking at our tickets for our live show, which is sold out, so you can't get any more. Sorry about that. Your mum got one. So your mum's coming, you're coming. But what I noticed was your mum has a domain, thejanssens.com.au.
Yeah.
And then I thought, hang on, fuck me. Josh, Jake, James, you're the Australian Kardashians.
Because we're all
Kim,
J.
Kylie, Kendall. There's more. There's
Courtney?
more. Courtney. Good.
Yeah.
You're the Australian Kardashians, but
Yeah.
the bogan
And we do
version.
have to make 97. Do you
I
reckon?
wonder if the emails went. I'm just thinking, did the email go through?
Yeah, so we've been doing a big server migration, and what happened was all my hobby sort of email, like websites that I have or friends, I'll get them onto my server so they don't have to pay anything, and I pay it. And Mr. 97 the other day asked, "Oh, can I just update the server?" It was just like, "Oh, yeah," like as in press the button. Yeah, okay. He presses the button, the whole server goes down.
Yeah. Right.
Not just goes down, but when we contact the web host, and 97 said, "Hey, we're having some issues." They're like, "Hey, here's some recovery software. Basically, good luck."
Yeah.
And
Good luck.
And 97, you weren't really equipped to be able to use the recovery software.
No,
So
definitely not.
baby
That's
had a
rough.
few late nights. He was up at 12, 2, 4.
Well, that wasn't even then, because what happened was the websites just went down. And so then we had a crisis meeting where we're like, hey, the big media company, Full Stack Films, all these websites are down. Now we could either fix it on our current server, our current solution, or we can move Baby 97 from the responsibility of managing the whole server thing, keeping it updated. We pay a bunch more and we go for a web host that's in Narre Warren. They're in Narre
Oh,
Warren.
it is actually in Narre?
Yeah, I think
You looked them up?
I saw it on LinkedIn.
I think they are.
And so anyway, because they looked very familiar. They all those guys look like I went to school with them. But anyway,
Polo tops and muscles.
yeah,
That
absolutely.
work in IT.
And so anyway, what ended up happening, not only did our websites go down through the transition, there was a few things that happened and big media companies' emails stopped working. And then Bree's dad, who has a just sort of set up a basic website for him. It just so happened that he tried to show a client his website. And not only did it not show anything, it had just showed this like Josh Janssen page. And so it was not a good look.
So hang on, have we migrated all these people onto our server?
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
And so what's the kickback? What are we charging them?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I was covering it personally before then. So
And so
we're just catching up.
so is the Janssens
Yeah,
on
so
that too?
the Janssens would it's just a very basic direct, like it's holding some name server or DNS records, very low level MX record stuff.
Has Jake got?
I feel like I do have Jake at the Janssen's, but I don't think I've ever used it.
I think I set up. Yeah, I think I set everyone up.
powerful
It is.
email.
Yeah. Because I've got it in G
'Cause we're
Suite.
an entity,
Josh,
like an enterprise.
Yeah, you're the
Janssen's.
Kardashians. You're worth a bit of cash.
Well, yeah, there was a because there's Janssen's Pharmaceutical or something, and so we couldn't get Janssen, so we went
.com.
with thejansens.com.au.
Not bad, not
That's
bad.
okay.
So, I mean, being middle brother
Yeah.
in the equation with a brother like Josh, I think you guys are all slightly different. James is, he's
Maybe
the
not
traditional.
slightly.
James is very different. I think
James
it
is
actually
very
merges down.
different.
Like you guys are closer to looking and being of a similar nature. But then it's like my older brother. He looks different to us.
Mhm.
It's always like, what was Mum doing?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. Yeah, James definitely has different vibes.
Yeah.
what's it like? What was it like growing up with Josh?
It was different.
It's
Different to what?
It's all you
Well,
knew.
yeah, well, that's
Before you
exactly.
came.
It was different. No, he's a pain
Before
in the
you got
arse.
there.
Like he obviously very endearing to a degree, but just
Was
absolutely.
I haven't heard. We've never spoken about what I was actually
Yeah,
like.
okay. Well, let's do this. Let's do this right now. Okay. He was a snitch. I'll tell you, he was
Mate,
a real snitch.
He's still a rat. If he sees something going down, first with his phone and calling the 50.
He would just any opportunity to just snitch, and obviously, like we punched on all the time, and it's just what
What
we
was
did.
your favourite snitch looking back that I ever did? on you?
Okay. So there's a couple. There was one time
No,
because
that's not good. That's not good.
well, I was a rat bag as a kid. Like I was pretty.
I
shit
remember a
kid.
really good snitch. But
Do you
go
want to
on.
you say your snitch? 'Cause
No, you do
I
your
want to hear
snitch.
your one.
Okay, so
You've got a couple. So
yeah, I got a couple, but I'll go one. You tell me yours. So this time, my parents had gone away for the weekend.
so what? Josh would have been maybe 11, 12,
No,
12,
so I was
13.
16 or 17, which means he would have been 14 thereabouts. Yeah. And I was just, I think they were in the city, so they weren't far. They just left us sort of, to do our own thing.
What were they doing in the city?
They're like
I think that was at a fuck fest, big old fuck fest. They got
and like the Novotel that always go there. I think.
The old FF at the front.
yeah.
The Novotel.
So every now and then they just do it. It's,
Buffet breakfast.
Yeah.
But so they just sort of left us to do our own thing. And I remember it was like a Friday night, and I wanted to walk down the street to a party. I had some mates meet up with me, and we went to a party. And there was other parties going on, and we're like, oh, well, how are we going to get to the other parties? This is obviously before Uber and everything like that. And we're like, how are we going to get to the other parties? I'm like, well, I'll just drive. And obviously I didn't have my license or anything. Didn't have a car. So I stole Dad's car.
Which one?
Not the Ford. No,
was
sorry.
the
No, sorry.
it was the EK.
blue,
Yeah.
the blue Holden.
Yeah, so old 1962 Holden EK Ute. So like,
Wasn't the SS.
but this stands out way more than the
Yeah,
SS.
but
Like,
you
this
also
really-
did a burnout in it as well.
Yeah, I did it, but that was another time. But
that he snitched on too.
yeah, of course.
Well, he
of course.
filmed himself doing a
Yeah.
burnout in Dad's Ute.
Yeah, but this time in particular, so we went to these parties, and like I was a dickhead. Like I was, drink driving as a 16-year-old. Had a couple of mates in my car. If anything happened, we would have been stuffed.
So
But
don't you think that that's fair? 97, that was snitching on someone that's drinking and driving
he
and
didn't know
stealing.
I was
a car.
drinking and driving. All that he knew, the only thing that he knew and he found out about was we drove to this party, and like, we drove to a couple of parties, but we drove to this one in particular and came home. Anyway, the next Monday at school, one of Josh's...
You sound like you're getting actually upset about this. Go
No,
on.
I just someone in Josh's classes comes up to Josh. He's like, "Oh, your brother's got a really cool car," and he's
just,
like,
can I just say, there's something very annoying about what annoyed me more, I think, is the idea that Jake's flashing his car. It's like when you try and be too flashy and sort of, I like to cut that shit down and be like, do you know the reality? Tommy doesn't own that car. He's still paying
Me
it off.
Honda, I got a couple of years left to pay.
Anyway,
so
But when I own that, fuck, I'm going to get real flashy.
And so
See
when,
that?
And so when
I
Jake's flexing, he's like, "Oh, you got the car." and all that
I
sort
wasn't
of-
even flexing
And
though.
but
I
that
never
kid
said
is
that
like,
it was my car.
Your brother's so cool.
He's, oh, your brother's so cool. He's
Yeah.
got the coolest car.
Sometimes you just leave out details. There's someone compliments you on something. You just say,
Yeah.
thanks.
and Josh was like, my brother doesn't have a car. And he's like, oh, this kid's like, yeah, he does. He rocked up to this party. And I can just imagine like seeing Josh's eyes just light up. Just, yeah, I've got him. I've got him. But yeah, and he snitched. But
what was the punishment for
to be
that
honest,
one?
I don't think my parents believed him. I don't think there was any real repercussions.
Yeah, I feel like Jake was like a big liar, big liar.
Were
but
you?
he
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how he's really turned
I'm
the
not
corner.
anymore.
He's so honest.
Yeah, I'm super honest these days, but up until I was probably...
What other things did I dob on you about?
I remember you...
I think I broke up one of your relationships.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was talking... Yeah, it was when I was dating this one girl. And he told that girl that I was talking on the phone to another girl. Just made it his own business.
No, you weren't just talking. You were kissing the other girl. And so, anyway. So I said, so there was all this shit going on. I'm like, I can't have it anymore. And I said,
just took it upon himself.
Can I say their names or no? I said, Christy, he's been kissing Steph or whatever it was. I can't remember Emma. Yeah. And so anyway, I've done a bit of that sort of
when
stuff.
it comes from...
Shout out to Christy and Emma.
You're in the circle and someone's ratting from the inside of your circle, your family.
Mm-hmm.
It's your brother.
It's fucked. That is... Well, I just remember feeling like that when the people I love would rat on you.
How dare you?
Would your brothers do something like that or no? No, because they're the older ones.
Maybe Mikey, my middle brother, he might rat on me. But no, we were all pretty good. We were all naughty. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't rat on each other.
Yeah, but I definitely had my own flaws. I ruined one of Jake's birth. This was the thing. Jake was always very hyperbolic, very sensitive. So anytime anything would happen, small thing could happen. So if it was his birthday, he would sort of position it as like, this is the only time that we ever look at me. Like this is my one day where the attention's not on Josh.
I mean, it kind of was. That's what it was like. It was like, attention was always on Josh. So I was
and
like,
why was it?
What was Jake's birthday?
What was the attention? Because
you made the attention on yourself. You're a pain in the ass. You're in people's faces with a camera. Hey,
but we
the camera.
But we
it's paid off for us now, mate.
But we
absolutely.
But Jake and the fat man, I couldn't sing. I was the fat man. I was the singer. You were the guitarist. You had all the skills.
Correct. Yeah.
So from an attention point of view, you were
the front man.
But but you had the cool hair. You had you were getting all the girls. I wasn't really getting girls. All of that sort of stuff.
But are you making excuses for why it was okay to rap?
No. So what I'm saying is that
coming out.
the attention that I managed to get came out of extreme adversity, like being a little fat kid.
Adversity?
Yeah. And so anyway.
Can I, in terms of Josh's weight, was he actually as fat as he talks about?
He was the fattest kid.
Yeah,
honestly, he was the fattest kid. Like he was a big boy. Like, and because me and especially stood out because me and Jane's very, very skinny when we were younger. Obviously, I'm not anymore. But when we were younger, we were very skinny. And then there was the fat kid. And obviously being a bro, you paid him out. Of course I paid him out.
It's a savage existence, isn't it, within a house of three boys. Mr. 97's a part of three. I'm a part of three. You're a part of three.
Yeah.
I remember like I'd eat biscuits from the cupboard. Like, I'd go to the cupboard, eat all the Quattro biscuits, which were like, I think, they had like nuts in there, really good or whatever. And
don't act like you don't know what they are. I know what they are. They're fucking amazing.
But I remember Josh like busted me eating them or whatever. And I was just like smashing these biscuits. So I'm telling Mum, I'm like, and who's she going to believe? Is she going to believe me or is she going to believe the fat kid?
And who did she believe?
It was actually ice creams because Quattros, I pretended for the lifetime of my existence that I didn't like Quattros. And so whenever Mum would say, do you want a Quattro? I'd be like, I don't like Quattros because I knew saying no to one now gives me two later. And
it's the ultimate. It's the correlation between that and a drug addict.
Yeah. It's the long
game.
It's lying and breaking into homes.
Simon Sinek's Infinite Game right there. I was playing the Infinite, not the finite game.
Well, we'd do the same thing, whereas I'd put I'd eat something and put the wrapper in his bin, and then I'd be like, no, we gotta think ahead. So I put the wrapper in my own bin, and then I'd say to Mum, why would I put the wrapper in my own bin?
She'd be like, Josh is putting wrappers in my bin, where it's really him, just fucking. He's made it even easier for him.
But there was a bunch of manipulative little.
Yeah. No, but where I ruined his birthday apparently was when I was old enough. I would have been like 15, old enough to walk home from school, and I got home first, and there was a lemon cake on the kitchen bench, and it was before anyone got home, and so I made an incision where I cut directly down the middle and directly down the middle again, so it's like a slice like that, and then put the 2 half circles back together and put the icing over it. And the problem was yeah, but you're weird because you knew, like, because Mum got home and the cake went from being this like beautiful circle to this weird oval football and Mum's like, that's disgusting, and then Jake's like, oh, this happens every time, and it was like, yeah.
Mate, you're a little psychopath for doing that.
I thought, it was very inventive.
It is inventive.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
but
you
gotta
get
be
away
a
with it, guys.
system.
It's not that smart.
I'll tell
What's
you
smart
what.
is getting away with it.
Yeah, it's like that level, you know, where like a drug addict will go to get their fix. That was just you trying to
Yeah.
get your fix.
Yeah. What are some of the positive things?
Some of the positive
We
things.
made some great videos
We
together.
did. Yeah, no, I had it was definitely, you know, for the better part, it was very fun. You know,
Mhm.
it was I did a lot more with Josh than I did with James. Like me and James played video games together. We played sports together.
What's
whereas
the age gap between you and
There's 2 years
James?
between each of us. So
Yeah.
James 2 years, me 2 years, Josh.
Yeah.
4 years from James.
Yeah.
But I think like what?
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, well, I just thought, everyone's like, how does that make sense?
2. Yeah, we're 4.
Yeah. And so anyway,
So yeah, I'm the same, but exactly the same, but 4.
well, Jake and I did, like, I'd get him involved with all the like the early podcasting stuff. Like we did the vlog, like the old video of
the Jake and Josh show. We
the
did,
Jake and Josh show. That was fun.
That was fun.
Was Jake and Amir around then? Were you
Yeah.
modelling it off that?
Yeah, do you remember that College Humor?
I do.
But
yeah.
we're going to try and chat with him in LA.
Yeah,
And
cool.
Did you try and model it to the two of
I
you?
don't think we're really modeling it. Well, I wasn't.
Nah, I think it was just like that was all that was on. Like you were just watching whatever was online.
Yeah.
I did buy one of their Sylph t-shirts. Like there's a picture of a sandwich and it said Sylph.
Sandwich I'd like to.
Fuck yeah. So I got that, which was great.
You wore that a lot.
Yeah, and I also
And your Google shirt.
oh yeah. What was
Sometimes
the
it says, sometimes when I'm alone, I Google myself.
yeah.
Hoping anything comes up.
Yeah, I was very into the novelty t-shirts.
Yeah.
What were you into as a kid? Because I think Josh had, we pretty strongly had a strong.
Let's not talk about Josh for a sec. I get it, guys. That's been the narrative.
Yeah.
No, but I'm actually curious. Yeah, what were you into?
Because I
Jake?
took
What
no
was
notice
it?
of you for the most of my life.
Music. Like I loved music, loved playing music and going to see gigs and stuff. I used to love BMXing. I go BMXing all the time.
Yeah.
I bought a new BMX about a year ago. Can't ride anymore. like do tricks or anything. You just lose that.
Oh, from not riding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What else?
You self-taught guitar.
Yeah. I taught myself how to play guitar. Which I wonder like if I had have had lessons, if I had been any good. But
Second, you're also very good at like Indonesian, like different languages and shit.
languages, yeah.
Still?
I'd still know a little bit of Indonesian. I pick up whenever I speak to somebody who speaks a second language. I'll always try to like learn some words. I just find it interesting. Yeah,
But I feel like Jake was always told that he was, which was always annoying for me, but he was smart. He had he could do amazing in his exams. He didn't have to like do any tests. Like you just remember shit.
Yeah.
Where I couldn't remember anything.
What episode were you at today?
491.
Which is a good one.
No, but there was also like Jake would do things like the teacher, he would pull his pants up. And there was an older teacher who was like not a great communicator. And so Jake would pull his pants up. And so
The legs of my pants.
the legs of his pants up, and the teacher would say, Jake, pull your pants down. And he'd pull his pants down.
Oh, is it from the top?
From the top.
That's a good
All
job.
right, pull them out. Pull them out.
He also,
Like, yes, sir.
yeah, you also got in trouble for the blacklist. You created a list of people that you were going to kill, and they thought it was fucking.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
what I was crazy because I made like it was like a hit list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even say.
yeah.
There's no way this sounds good.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, it's like fucking post Columbine and all that sort of thing, and then you got this kid putting together a list.
Yeah, but it was just like people. It was like all my friends were on there, just like, oh yeah, you're not going to give me one of your chips. That's all right. I'll put you on the list.
You'd carry
On
your
the
list
list,
around.
yeah. Matt.
So it was a little bit
didn't give
like
me
you,
chips.
Tommy, where it's like you have a bunch of teachers that are against you, and so then you lean into it and do all these sort of things to antagonize.
Oh, of course. Did you ever get suspended or?
I had internal suspensions where I just had to go sit in the office and that sort of shit. Yeah.
And did you get that, Josh, or no? Oh, hang on. The relationship Josh had with his teachers, what were you thinking of that? Because from the outside right now, it's still weird.
Yeah, it was a little weird. There was definitely like a few teachers where I was like, oh, that's an uncomfortable, that's a weird look. But I mean,
well, what
you gotta have
because
friends though,
I was
right?
always on the inside, like inside of that, so I
Because
couldn't
didn't
really
you
see
used
it.
to hang out with in the like the staff room?
Yeah, I think I did have access to the staff room.
Access to the staff room. You
Yeah,
had a
just
pigeonhole.
everywhere. I did not have a
Staff
fucking
locker.
pigeonhole. But I did over the holiday period. I was there a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I think they realised that I wasn't. I didn't have many friends in regards to like.
You're a floater.
Yeah.
Nobody really disliked him. He just didn't have like really solid, tight friendship groups. So yeah, floated.
Do you have friends from high school,
Yeah,
primary school?
Yeah. There's probably 5 or 6 people I still see and speak to from primary school.
Mr. 97, do you have like the primary school buddies? Do you have ones from primary school?
Jason, Andre,
They're both primary school.
Boys.
both primary school. Yeah.
Coconut Crew.
Yeah.
Prep?
Year 4. No, year 4.
That's
Year
pretty
4
cute.
was when I met Andre, and then year 6 I met Jace, and then year 7 when we went to high school, Jason and I became better friends because Andre was at Kunang.
Oh yeah, it's cute. I mean, origins of the Coconut Crew.
The,
It's beautiful, really.
Mr. 97 can't believe when I tell stories of like the punch-ons. Do you have any? Do you have any specific things around?
I remember when we lived at Huxley. Do you remember at Huxley? I think we fought a lot at Huxley.
Huxley was like we were renting it because we were going to move into it. We were moving into a new house and it was a 2-story. I think I remember what you're going to say. Maybe
There was a couple of situations.
was
one
it
of
with
them,
the bike?
One of them was with the bike.
Okay.
One of them was with the bike. We're having a bike race with some of the neighbours' kids. You know, we all had our bikes, and I was killing the game. I was smashing. Anyway, Josh.
Isn't it funny because we haven't spoken about this in
Since it
25
happened?
years.
No.
Since it happened?
Yeah.
But 25, 15.
20 years. No, 15. I've been with Bree for 15 years.
Jesus.
Maybe 14 years.
Whoa.
30 years. Well, so
You
wait,
don't know how long you've been with Bree.
yeah, if I'm
Bree doesn't know.
It was 13th year
yeah, it might be 13.
celebration.
So, but if you think about
No,
it, so
because I was about 14, 15 when we were there.
and I would have been
12.
12. So 12, and I'm 29 now. 17 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Go
Glad
on.
we
Fucking
cleared
long
that up.
time ago.
Yeah, 17 years is a long time
Yeah, it's
since
long.
we've talked about it. So it's curious.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we have this prompt and we
Yeah.
potentially might
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the same
yeah.
story.
Okay, 17 years ago.
So he, Josh, I don't know, he was like I guess in charge of like
The finish line.
the finish line. And so like he tied he tied a finish line, you know, like you see when people run through the finish line, you know, like, yeah.
What, with ribbon or rope?
Fucking rope. So I'm like tearing it up on my bike. I'm about to kill it. Like, you know, I go through and I get clotheslined by this rope. Like it gets straight through the neck. And like I had rope burn like this. If I had been going couple of Ks faster, no head, would have been gone. Would have been headless and you would have had a dead brother.
Yeah.
Did you know that was going to happen?
No, I just
He did.
everything. No, everything was positioned as this will be funny.
Yeah.
It's like the uncle that I handcuffed.
Oh, that was excellent.
But
But
that
yeah,
was a
so
5-year fucking thing.
So I got clotheslined, and like my immediate thing was, I think he was like nearby, and he tried to ride away from. He was on the bike as well. I get off because I was already off my bike. I fell, and I saw him, and obviously like he had a stupid smile on his face or whatever. I just ran up to his bike, and
Like the one he's got right now.
exactly like that one, except he was backing away, and I just kicked the side of his bike, so he fell off and just started laying into him.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, so that
I
was
remember
one in
another one
Huxley.
at Huxley where you try. I don't know. Matt was over because my friend Matt reminds me about this. He's like, remember that time that Josh tried to hit you with the golf club or whatever? Because he tried it. We were inside.
There's been a few golf club incidents.
Yeah, we were inside. Yeah, the Maribula. Oh, that was. But he tries to hit me with the golf club, and I like just timed it perfectly, and I like grabbed the golf club as he was swinging it at me. And Matt remembers it as Josh just screaming. So I grabbed the thing, and like I just threw it down because I don't need a club. I got these, you know. Yeah. And he just goes. Just runs away, and I'm just like chasing after him.
Yeah, because Jake would you would do the whole. This is the guy that had a hit list, and so he was like, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Well, I used to get in so much trouble from like Josh would just like antagonize me and poke me, do all these things, and then I'd beat the shit out of him, and Mum would be like, Jake, you're a psycho. Like, what about this little fucking shit?
Yeah.
But what about like
I remember climbing up the stairs, like chasing you up the stairs at Huxley wearing rollerblades.
Who was wearing rollerblades?
I was wearing rollerblades, and he's running away from me. I don't know what he did, but something. And I tried to kick him, and he closed the door at the same time. So like my foot with the rollerblades went through the door. And it's like,
yeah,
of a rental fuck.
Yeah. That sort of stuff happened a lot. My my head went through a wall.
Who put it through?
James.
Shout out to Jim.
Who was more violent?
Yeah, what's it like? I'm curious.
I honestly believe like I could beat the shit out of both.
Yeah,
like back in the day, and probably now if we're perfectly honest.
I mean, any thought? Any say to that?
Can you two do a
arm wrestle?
Oh no, I'd rather see the brothers. Brother
my
v
shoulder's
brother.
still hurting from the other
shoulder
day.
out of the socket.
Yeah, I know. But haven't I always had shoulder issues? Do you remember like
yeah.
What were you doing? How did you get just bad shoulders?
Like clicking, like I can crack,
click,
I can real noisy. And I saw some basketball at the Dandenong Basketball Stadium. Saw some horrendous dislocations.
Yeah. There was that guy who played for James's team.
He dislocated like fucking 3 times.
Have you ever broken a bone?
No, on my nose. I fell off my bike and landed on my face and broke my nose.
Oh. Yeah. What are some good memories? Because you know that Mum's going to listen. She's just going to be
the bad memories
you've
always
slandered us. I'm fucking suing. She wouldn't say that, by the way.
There's the bad memories always stick, but is there any fun times?
Oh, absolutely. Like when Josh like first started making his movies, and like we'd make like I remember we made like little parody episodes of like Home and Away and stuff.
The panel.
Yeah, the panel, that was fun. There's got to be
Steve
more.
Irwin or Lozzie Adventures.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, we used to, when we did play, was it me or you that would lose? And probably me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was the classic with playing PlayStation, and I actually know it was you.
Doesn't seem like something I would do.
Whenever you're losing, you press the reset button.
Yeah, but which would be never because I
remember that. So we actually had a lot of fun playing Duke Nukem Time to Kill.
Yeah, good game.
Tony Hawk, Pro Skateboarder.
Do you turn on Infinite Grind? Where you could just grind all day?
Yeah, we had the cheat. What was it?
Cheats.
Yeah, cheats.
Like cheatcodes.com.
We had what other thing? What about if we go back really early? The computer stuff in the early days was fun.
Yeah.
Like Mother Goose.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfenstein 3D.
Do you remember playing a game called Torrens Passage?
No.
I think I played that by myself.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
Yeah. But there was also, we had this, do you remember the free internet? Sharon Key got us onto, so you'd pay for the phone connection, but then you used a special web browser and they just had ads on the actual browser. It was called like
Netscape?
free internet.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was like a special one. It actually had, look it up, 97. It was like free internet browser ads 90s Australia. Anyway, that was interesting. Napster and all that sort of thing. We'll right into all of it, like downloading all that sort of thing.
Were you as tech heavy as Josh was?
No. I mean, I used to know my way around it a little bit, but yeah, just nowhere near the same level. Like Josh was, on a different level.
But there was also shit that I didn't like. I was into Macs and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't really build
Who's
computers.
Max? What's him? Who's he?
Apple Macs, yeah.
Max. I only learnt recently, not Steve Jobs, Microsoft, did they gobble up Netscape? Like in that documentary
Yeah, I
recently, was that them that sort of
They did, yeah.
they
yeah.
ruined Netscape and Netscape tries to sue them? Was that them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff in that early. I think they realized that the browser was going to be the thing, and if they could, take control of the browser. One thing that I brought in that you gone.
So I was just going to say, maybe you could say a few nice things about your mum. Just because your mum,
mum's great.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
No, she. And the thing is, how do you describe mum? She's very.
Mum's funny.
Yeah, she's hilarious. A bit, in moments, completely rational and hilarious, and like the most sort of rational person or whatever. But then if something would happen, I guess she would blame it on having 3 boys.
I would too.
But
I'd say it's
she'd be like
solid excuse.
Gets that little bit of crazy or whatever about stuff and gets very annoyed.
Have you heard Josh's voice that he does?
Yeah, I think my voice is exactly the same for it. Josh!
Yeah.
Sorry, Lynn.
Yeah.
Dinner's ready! Come on, there's nothing worse than cold pasta!
But it was always whatever it was. Yeah. Nothing worse than cold eggs. Nothing worse. Yeah.
There's actually nothing worse. I agree with you, Lynn.
Yeah.
Cold eggs are shit, especially if they're scrambled.
But they were always very good at like driving us and stuff. Like Jake.
We had a really privileged, good childhood.
Yeah.
From
the
our
huge
parents.
sacrifice having 3 kids.
And we lived in in the suburbs that we're in the best suburb in the southeast. Like really nice houses and all that sort of thing. We had Jake had room to be able to ride his bike and do all the BMX stuff. I made videos on that sort of shit. We were next to the national park.
What about your brother? Your other brother?
James.
He was just so heavily invested in basketball.
Was he? So he was scouting it.
So he was at Dandenong Basketball Stadium 4 days a week. type of thing.
With Blackburn as well.
Oh,
It was a Blackburn, playing for them. So his life, that's what I remember. His life was just sports, basketball, tennis. They're probably the main two, I think. Footy when he played footy.
And then so Jake and I managed Jake's band. So all the stuff where I was a real shit, that was sort of from, say, 1995 to 2008.
What did he do? Managing your band. What did he do?
And so I started managing the band in
I think managing the
08.
band is like a.
I managed the website. It was a webmaster term. I never called a venue.
Yeah, no. Didn't get a single gig, but as far as what would I do? Stuff like promo stuff. You helped us sort out our stickers. I designed a couple of the, the album cover or the EP cover.
What about the CDs that I got, from
exactly.
Singapore?
He organised all that sort of shit.
Pressed the CDs of the actual.
Yeah. That was, how exciting was that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
From DHL.
I found a full box of those.
Really? There's probably 200 of them.
Yeah.
I think.
Where?
Just at my parents' house. It was a full box. Oh, sweet.
I have poor parents having to keep our shit.
Can we give some out at the Ep 500 event?
Does anyone have a CD drive?
CD player.
CD player?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think the other. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that we enjoy this. We have such vivid memories. It feels like so many things happened, like the Marimbula, because Mum and Dad were going out one night and they'd met this couple. They were a nurse and a police officer. And they were like, well, we can look after your kids while you go out. And then that was when I hit, was it you or James? James at the golf club. The thing is,
was it bad?
They would always
You get a nurse there, you're all right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was,
he's okay now.
And a cop. Was it a cop?
Yeah. And so Mum's
Josh got arrested.
I've never been more embarrassed in my life type of deal.
Which is probably fair.
Yeah. It was football.
They literally left us for one night.
Yeah. So sport-wise, you played a bit of basketball.
Yeah, I played basketball.
You never got into footy.
No, I never played footy. I played tennis.
Yeah.
Basketball and tennis
right.
were my two. And I could, swim. I could. That was one thing I could always beat because James is obviously really competitive with sports. He's better than me at basketball. He's better than me at tennis, but I could always beat him in swimming, and I knew it killed him. I could see it because we had the pool at our house, and we'd race, and I knew every time I beat him, it just killed him a little bit. And so I'm like, hold on to that, James.
Brothers are brutal. Siblings are brutal.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do you what do you relate to with this stuff? Do you like?
Oh, I mean, we were the 4-year gap between me and Mikey,
Bigger gap, yeah.
we were close because the gap was 8 years between me and my eldest brother.
Mm-hmm.
We became closer as we got older because when I'm bloody 12, he's
20.
yeah. He's an adult.
human.
He's a human. He's an adult that wants to go out and do shit, and I'm just a little kid in grade 6. So I get that, but yeah, a bit different.
But Jake was very good at the writing songs. So Feed Your Monkey was the band that I was had a very small part in managing their website. But yeah, you did the whole. They went to the Basin, the Basin in the
Suburb,
Dandenongs,
yeah.
the suburb.
It's like near Baronia.
Big super club.
A what club?
It's like one of those big outer suburbs pub clubs. Is that what you're talking about? The Basin, or is it actually like a
Basin's
place?
like a suburb.
A suburb,
Yeah.
okay.
And so that's where they recorded their EP.
Basin Studios we used to go to. And yeah, like we recorded a couple of EPs, like 2 EPs and an album. Yeah, that was.
Mr. 97s, can you look up middle brother syndrome and then look up younger brother syndrome? Because Josh and I are both younger brothers. So we can find out, because the middle brother thing has always been like, the middle brother,
Yeah.
It's
And
a weird
the
one.
middle brother
But I
thing
mean-
is always, because Jake, you always felt, because I had VCA, so the final 2 years of my school, I would go to the Victorian College of the Arts and like film and TV and do that. James did the basketball stuff and you were doing music, but I think that you felt growing up, you're like, people don't spend enough time taking me to gigs.
No, like his mum, and dad, they always like supported when I started playing gigs. Like we'd be
Rubies.
playing gigs wherever we were. My parents would come. Like we'd go to the SB. Like remember what the SB used to be like before it was done up.
shit up.
Yeah, exactly. But like you'd go there on
They
like
used to play there a lot.
yeah.
Was that the band name? Shit up.
No, like we'd go there on like a Saturday night where like that place gets pretty crazy on a Saturday
yeah.
night. Like Lynn and Richard just come along. They bring a few of their friends and
Mate, you support your kids. Lynn and Richie are going to be at the 500th gig.
Yeah.
Just like, this is like our shows Josh used to put on in the lounge room.
Yeah.
Did you find anything, Mr. 97s?
Middle kid or middle child syndrome.
Yeah.
They're often ignored and often grow resentful of all the parental attention given to the eldest and the baby of the family, and often feel short-shifted. Middle children have to try a little harder to be heard or get noticed.
That's relatable.
Is that it for the middle brother?
That's middle brother.
And then
You're the middle.
Yeah, I'm middle.
Do you feel that too?
You get it.
This is good, 2 and 2.
Mace gets it.
I can.
No, I actually don't. I actually don't feel that.
Whoa.
What do you feel? Do you feel anything? He's so numb.
Feels love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like mum and dad have
Do
put.
you think?
Actually, eldest like Sam, I think he not copped it, but his like school, because he's the first one to go through everything, right? You have to like, mum and dad are super, super strict in terms of like school, like do your homework, do all of this. Whereas like with me, it was more laid back, and with Jamesy, it's like even more laid back. So
You've given up, mate. It's
But
so
you got
tough.
97 enter score. So clearly the laid back thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I think our schools were interesting that we went to.
Yeah.
I think.
Younger brother?
still funny it.
I think same time.
Not the
I mean,
same.
there's not really a syndrome for young.
Well,
I mean,
there's definitely traits.
yeah. It's definitely sort of widely considered that I guess the younger child gets more, because it's like quite often the parents are like more developed and they have the provisions to give more and do more.
Well, my eldest brother, when he was young, had a party and mum made carob cake,
Yeah, it's shit.
which is the chocolate that dogs get, carob. It's literally, you can buy it from a pet store, carob chocolate for dogs. By the time I have my parties, it was an ice cream cake every year.
There you go.
Just a big football shape, a race car shape.
And I get a cake that's been sort of sectioned.
No, it was a
and put
footy
back
cake.
together.
It was a football cake. One thing that Jake's very good at, I think, is spelling and also trivia. Like extremely
Are
good.
you?
I don't mind a bit of trivia. Yeah.
Can you just put, unless you found the younger brother,
I reckon do some
trivia?
Oh, damn.
trivia and spelling. No joke. Just reel off a bunch of trivia stuff.
There'll be a trivia site like Top trivia
Pub
questions.
trivia. I have a few beers. I'll be fine.
You reckon
That's
the
fine.
beers
Got any
get you
beers,
the,
boys?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, we don't actually.
Actually,
we
we're
got
gonna
whiskey.
have,
we got whiskey.
Who's our beer sponsor?
Moondog.
Moondog. Beer.
Moondog donating some beverages
Awesome.
for our 500th party. It's
Good
awesome
job,
beer.
Moondog.
So you can have
Mate.
2 frothies.
2 frothies. No more
Couple
than
froths.
No more than 2.
Yeah.
No, but not everyone drinks. There'll be some bubblies too.
Mm.
We should get some kombucha for the non-drinkers.
Oh, yeah. Or LaCroix. We talked about that.
Oh,
but
I'd
too
love some-
expensive per can,
yeah.
maybe.
So
Something
expensive.
Mum keeps saying is she keeps
LaCroix.
saying how bad kombucha is for your teeth. That's something about Mum being in the dental game.
But she gave us
Everything's bad for your teeth. Oh, you can't have that. It's bad for your teeth.
Yeah.
like Fruit Loops. We were never allowed Fruit Loops. We were
Fruit
never
Loops.
allowed like
Were you allowed roll-ups?
No, that's what I was about to say.
Oh.
Fucking loved roll-ups.
Yeah.
I used to
Everyone had them at
trade.
school.
I used to trade like, beautiful homemade
Ciabatta.
lunches for like with my friend Nasser at school for like a roll up and a Big M.
Anything for a sugar hit.
Nasser.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
Just very quickly on the on that thing, from a food point of view, how would you describe our relationship with food growing up?
Oh.
Because mum and dad love us. They don't say it. They're not really ones to say I love you, but they do. They provide their love based on. In the early days, it was a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah, loved the hot dog. It's every Saturday we used to have a hot dog after basketball. Mum would just get the hot dogs on.
What about the
pretty common,
canteen?
guys.
We were the
Like, is that
canteen
the-
kids.
Yeah, we always went to the canteen.
But hang on. Is this? Are you?
I'm saying that we're lucky. We were lucky.
That was
in a
their love
weird way.
language? Is
Yeah,
that
their
what you're
love
saying?
language was
Feeding you
canteen
guys.
Yeah.
and cash.
I just
Go on, run.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
20,
relationship
fuck
with
off.
food, I just remember how much mayonnaise you used to consume.
Yeah,
Really?
That was it.
Are you
Oh,
in mayonnaise guy now?
mate.
not as much, but yeah.
We'd go through jars a week,
Yeah.
jars a week,
Yeah.
multiple jars a
What
week.
did you put it on?
roast?
Yeah, that's
Like-
a good one.
Like he'd just have his roast beef
Yeah,
and he's like,
chippy
oh yeah, and
shizzle.
he'd put like mayonnaise, like a heaped section of
My
mayonnaise.
dad's a fiend. He
What
loves
else? And then, if there was no mayo, I'd use like Caesar dressing.
I mean, it's not
remember?
bad. It's not a bad idea.
What other traits?
Oh dear.
It is good. I like nostalgia.
Mayonnaise.
I know that you're.
I love a bit of nostalgia as well, but your memory as far as nostalgia is off its head.
Yeah, he remembers nothing from now, but everything from
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, do some trivia and then I'll pull
Oh.
a piece of a story, an old story. I'll have a think.
Can we at least do it as a trivia game?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
call it a game.
Between 3 of us.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay.
And you have to use your name as your buzzer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Should we test the buzzers? That's what they do on radio.
Tommy.
Jake.
Josh. It's
Great.
about the speed in which they'll
Oh,
buzz.
okay. They're the buzzers. Okay.
Yeah.
Which nail grows fastest?
Josh, the big nail.
Middle finger.
Oh, and he's just flipped the bird.
Is that a joke?
So did you get that right or wrong? Middle finger?
No, he said the big finger, so he
Is
meant
the
the
big-
thumb.
The biggest finger is the middle.
Yeah, but it
Nah.
That was not with you, old toe thumb, old clubby boy.
I'm in the
Oh,
club.
hang on. Have you got a toe thumb?
No,
Jake?
I have normal thumbs.
But Dad
Wait.
does.
Yeah, Dad's got it.
Did you
That's
used
what
to
he
look at his thumb and think,
I used to think,
what did you think?
no, it's just like, oh, that's an ugly ass thumb. That's pretty much it. Why are you the way that you are?
Did you ever make Josh and your dad have a thumb wrestle?
No.
Thumb
That would
war?
have been, there would have been no survivors that day. It's a big old thumb. Yeah. It's like, in the boxing, like the super heavyweights. That's what they are with the thumbs.
All right, next one.
Who was the most recent Australian to win the men's singles title at Wimbledon?
Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake.
Singles.
It wasn't Rafter, was it?
Well, actually, I can't say no to that. Is
Well,
anyone going to buzz?
He said no. Tommy. Australian singles
Men.
men's. Philippoussis.
Leighton Hewitt.
I'm going old
Leighton,
school. Fuck, we
yeah,
went too old
yeah.
school, didn't we?
Mhm.
No, I think they were probably about the same time.
Next one.
This-
What Australian company is the largest surfwear manufacturer?
Josh.
Tommy.
Jake.
Josh.
Billabong.
No, Rip Curl.
We got to do the name.
Quicksilver.
Fuck off.
Actually? Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah, okay.
They're
so-
Australian.
How many countries are larger than Australia?
Jake. Now that I think about it. 0.
Nope.
Tommy. 2.
Josh.
Russia and
Actually,
Europe.
5.
5 bigger than Australia.
Russia, Canada, China, USA, and Brazil.
Canada bigger than Australia. Oh, no, that's fair. We'll pay that. So for someone who's good at trivia,
No, this is fine.
struggling.
This
you
is all
fuck
good.
It's
Okay,
good.
We'll do
that's
spelling next because that's
Oh,
a little bit
look,
easier.
No, it's not easier.
Right, next.
It's a disaster.
Go.
I know. Who designed the Sydney Opera House?
Oh, I watched something about
Josh. Paul Hogan.
that.
Wasn't Paul Hogan. Jake, it was Crocodile Dundee.
No, it was way too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Sir Donald Bradman's batting average?
Josh.
Jake.
99.
99.94.
Yeah, he's got it.
Boom.
9-4.
He's got it.
94.
It's
That's a
solid.
classic trivia, isn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
And he was
watch cricket.
no, I didn't watch cricket, but he from memory he had over 100 in every single game that he played in, bar his last one or
That
something,
sucks.
something
So
along
annoying.
that
That
nature.
sucks.
Yeah.
Next one.
Imagine going out for a duck in your last ever game.
Well, I think he did. I think that was the
I
thing.
don't understand what that means. We'll do 5 more because this is actually really
5
fun.
more. All right.
Okay,
When did the First World War start?
Jake, 1914.
Yeah, he's got it. I think
I was
your
going to
boys
say
would've got that
16.
1914. I think that was the year. birth
14
year of
to
my
18,
grandfather.
and then World War II was 39 to 45. 39 to 45.
All right.
No, 7's happy with this
3
one.
go.
one. What color is a panda?
Tommy.
Josh. Tommy.
Tommy.
Not 1.
What?
Panda.
What are you talking about, bro?
What colour?
Yeah.
Black and white are shades, fuckwits. Thought it was a trick question.
I mean, you've beaten the answer because the answer was black and white, but
Yeah, they're fucking
exactly.
shades, you idiot.
Do you remember when you were in art in year 7 and you found out that black and white wasn't a colour?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
fucking throw everything. It's like, oh, what about that t-shirt? It's a nice colour. Mum, you fucking idiot. It's a shade.
It's a shade.
Can we agree that was
your
right?
head in
Or-
there.
you nailed it. Yeah, that's great.
I'll do 4 more.
Surely double points for that. 4 more. Which actor is best known for his role as Patrick Jane in the hit series The Mentalist? Aussie actor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
I
used to
know.
see him in
Josh.
Bondi
I know
do.
his name.
Josh, the ANZ guy.
Correct.
You need a name, bro.
Blonde hair.
Blondie.
You need a name.
Can you give us the first
can
letter
you give us
S.
of the
Tommy? Simon Baker.
He's got it.
There
Boom.
it is. Yeah.
I saw when I lived in
Yeah,
Bondi,
yeah,
I'd see him fucking wandering around everywhere.
3 more.
We're running out of good ones.
Where are you getting these, by the way?
Just a variety of websites.
If this was an essay, that wouldn't pass as.
Mate, otherwise you're getting one like,
No, we don't
Oh yeah, we don't need to know.
talk about it after. Sorry.
what did the crocodile swallow in Peter Pan?
Jake, a clock.
He's got it.
What else you got? Come on.
Who discovered penicillin?
Oh, Jake, was it Marie Curie?
Nope.
No.
That was radiation.
Yeah, no.
Something. It's a
I
good
think she
one.
did mercury,
Mercury.
potentially.
no,
Who? Mr. Penicillin.
Penicillin.
I don't know.
Fleming.
Fleming.
Who invented the telephone?
Jake, Alexander Graham Bell.
That's a good one. We'll do 2 bonus because I'm enjoying this.
Okay. What does the Roman numeral C represent?
Josh,
100.
Who got that?
I did.
did he get it
Right.
right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's 100.
Okay, I was going to say 50.
Which is the only mammal that can't jump?
Jake, elephant.
Tommy.
Do 3 more.
I was going to say white
Isn't this
men.
fun? This is so fun, isn't it? I fucking love this game.
How many dots are there on 2 dice?
Tommy. I've got. I'll just chuck it out there. 27.
No.
Oh no, 'cause I did 1 dice. There'll be a lot more. You're doing the actual maths.
Jake, 42.
He's got it.
Boom.
Nice one.
That's
nice
good.
one.
He's good at
Good.
maths too,
That was
aren't you?
quick. That
He's
was
better
quick.
at English or maths?
I think I was better at maths, but
Did
I
you
never
actually-
really wanted to.
Did you actually get through 6 plus 5 plus, and then you doubled it?
Yeah.
That was quick, man. I fucking.
Thanks so much.
That's nice.
Which planet is nearest to the sun?
Jake,
Josh.
Mercury. I got it.
At this point, I'm just yelling out my name with the idea Jake answers because I didn't
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
That reminds
Keep going,
me of,
keep going.
Which is the largest ocean?
Jake.
Josh, the Pacific.
He's got it.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
only
That's
ocean
good.
I know.
How many squares are there on a chessboard?
Josh, 40.
64.
Jake. Oh, I was going to say 64. Say that.
What else you got?
Do 2 more.
And when he says do two more, just do two
Just
more
keep
after
going.
that.
Yeah.
What's the Hungarian word for pepper?
Now you're being silly. How are we meant to know?
Nah, I know. I reckon.
Goulash.
Paprika.
Is it?
Yeah.
What year did Elvis Presley die?
Josh, 1963.
No, later. 19. It was later, right?
It's later.
1973.
7.
Oh! I was never going to say 7.
Keep going.
What type of elephant has the biggest ears?
Jake. Indian.
African.
African.
I was going to say the grey.
Oh.
I was going to say the grey elephant.
I was going to say Dumbo.
Two more.
Actually, two more this time because we're going to wrap it up.
It is good fun though, isn't it?
It
Can we
is,
have a
yeah.
trivia segment?
Trivia is fun,
But I
yeah.
think there's something we legally.
Oh, this is a good one. What is the first letter on a typewriter?
Josh Q.
He's got it.
Yeah,
QWERTY.
keyboard.
QWERTY IO.
Yeah.
There's so many passwords. So many people who have QWERTY.
Do you know why QWERTY keyboard exists?
Was it to prevent it from jamming up? Because a
Correct.
lot of the common ones were next
It was
to each
actually
other.
to slow typists down so they wouldn't jam.
Interesting.
What is the smallest type of tree in the world?
Josh, bonsai.
He's got it.
Great.
What colours make purple?
Josh, blue.
Jake,
green.
blue and red.
He's got it.
Fuck, Josh, blue and green. You're going to get purple from blue
Oh, I
and
thought you
green.
said aqua. One more. This is fun.
Who is the main actor in Superman 2?
Clark Kent.
Superman 2.
Fuck, I can't. They
Does
just
it have a year
remake
for
them all.
Superman 2?
Like is this the original?
It's not really trivia. You're talking pop culture now.
Mates,
Give us
It's a
the
joke.
first.
C is his first
Clark.
name.
Yeah, Clark Kent.
No, it's
Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve.
Oh yeah,
Fell
then he
off a
fell off.
horse.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor guy. Is he still alive, or has he passed away?
He passed away not long ago.
That was trivia.
Could be wrong.
What stopped in London at 3:45 on August
Big Ben.
5th?
Jake,
I mean,
Big
what
Ben.
what else is going to stop?
I was
Yeah.
going to say
You know what I
train.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's having fun now too. Are you
Yeah,
having fun,
getting into
97?
I mean, you have to go through because this one's just like, where does the American president live?
Josh,
Tommy,
White House.
Washington.
what was the answer?
There's the White House.
Washington, D.C. Not
What's
to
the-
confuse with Washington.
What's the hardest rock?
Josh,
Tommy.
Stone.
Stone?
You're kidding.
Stone.
Hard
That's-
Rock.
Hard Rock.
The Hard
Yeah,
Rock
the
Hotel.
diamond.
Vegas.
It's diamond.
Yeah. Come on, fellas.
What was Elton John's first US #1 hit?
What about me?
No. My Song or something. No, what's that called? Is it My Song? Your
No,
Song?
you were closer with Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Rock.
Yeah.
I remember when rock was.
Do you remember when I sung that?
No, but I remember that being a frequent on road trips when we'd go drive places with mum and dad.
Yeah, the school production when the school didn't have cash to buy a license for any script, like a proper show. They just made up their own. They just got like a variety show. Just did shit. One of them was me singing Crocodile Rock. One
Thanks
more?
for coming in,
One
Jake.
more? We'll do one more.
Who invented the electric light bulb?
Tommy.
Tesla.
Tommy.
Tesla.
Nah,
Edison.
It was Edison.
Edison, yeah.
Tesla's the electricity.
Nikola Tesla.
It was the Tesla coil, which was.
It is good to know trivia. Why don't you do? Can we just get you to spell 3 different words?
Spelling. All right, I'll make a
Yeah.
try.
Alright, hang on.
Yeah.
These hard? Can you just spell?
I'm just finding some difficult words to spell.
Can you just do
Oh, man.
definitely? I always fuck that up.
You spell defiantly, don't you?
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yes.
Plagiarism.
P-L-A-G. Oh. I need to.
Write it
Are you not
down.
allowed to use your phone, mate?
P-L-A-
He's like fucking
He's
Rain
left-handed.
Man. Yeah, he is.
P-L-A-G.
That's part of his chip.
He's wiring.
No, I meant chip on his
A-R-I-S-M?
shoulder.
IAR.
He's fucked it.
Damn.
He's,
Yeah,
you got
When he was at
0 of
Sovereign Hill,
3.
he got in a lot of trouble for
I
having the
did.
left hand.
I did, and I thought it was ridiculous.
What? Hang on. They thought because you were left-handed.
No, because like the whole thing with Sovereign Hill is they want to try to give you like the old timey experience, and they thought if you wrote with your left hand, you were the devil or something to that degree. And so they're like, no, you got to write with your right hand. And I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm on school camp. Like, I'm going back to Moskill Park in 3 days. Like, I'm not going to have to put up with that shit there.
You took it personally, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I cried.
Yeah.
Probably cried.
And they were just in character. Oh, they were rattled. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I was just
The guy would have been loving
I
it.
took it a bit overboard,
I
didn't I?
think it was the guy that I hit his car the other day. One more word to spell and then we'll go.
Give me a sec.
I've got one. Squeegee.
Oh, squeegee's easy. Squeegee's too easy.
I use that squeegee. I just want to and not for the same purposes as him.
No, but
obviously.
when you were living together.
It just hearing episode 14, it was like I use that squeegee regularly for its intended purpose. You sex pest. I'm not about kink shaming, but I'm using it.
You're
I like a clean screen.
You're a sex pest too.
Not in that.
All right,
One more.
onomatopoeia.
No, not even going to try.
That was a good
What's
one.
it? Do one more. Go on.
Oh, he's done one more.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for coming on, Jake.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
Jake, that was
Thanks for
fun.
having me.
I hope it wasn't. Was it? I mean, I enjoyed the negative stuff going into that. Is it? Do we go too negative?
No, I don't. Well, the whole thing is like, I mean, I think it's important
You're a
to
fuckwit.
just. You are a fuckwit. No, absolutely. No, I mean, we had a great childhood together. I have great memories, but obviously, like, you look back in hindsight and you look at the shit stuff happening. You're like, that was funny, or like, in hindsight, you're a real dick for that. You know,
Yeah.
That's.
I mean,
funny,
you either
but-
do that or you move to America like your brother did.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Get away
He
from
needs
it.
to. It's a coping mechanism. His psychologist recommended it.
Coming full circle, those fungi t-shirts are legit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you buy them from New
New
Balance.
Yeah.
What are they charging?
39 Canadian.
Oh, we need an LA fact. And while you find the LA fact, I have got something for the office.
Yes.
So I got this at the start of the year and it hasn't been utilized. And we only have 3 months to use it.
Is it a cleaner or a something? What is it?
It's
Subscription?
It's my lunar calendar.
Oh, the moon. Fuck,
The
at the
moons.
moment. Can you tell me what happened?
So let's have a look. So,
there we go.
I reckon we're about 3 days out from the
it's
full
Sunday.
moon.
So it's Sunday.
4
What's
days.
it? October. So it's the what are we now? We're the 19th.
17th. Oh, 19th.
No, so it's the 19th
Right.
because it comes out Sunday.
Oh, we're at
And
half.
so it's the 17th.
So it's past, mate.
Yeah.
17th is when we're recording this. It's full moon
Full
Shit,
moon.
yeah.
today.
Shit, yeah.
That's exciting. But anyway, this glows in the dark.
No wonder you were hitting cars.
This glows in the dark. Could we actually, to see the show out, can we get all the lights off?
Yeah,
you
I can
turn
flick
that
it off.
All the studio lights.
I can flick it off.
Yeah.
We're just going to flick off the power to everything.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, hang on. All right.
Oh, yeah, no.
no, it's all right, man. I know which light to turn off.
Okay, great.
You worried about the router or something?
No, I was just worried about your headphones.
We'll just say,
it's all good.
we're not turning that off, though.
Yeah, it's
say
all good.
goodbyes. TheDailyTalkShow.com.
No, well, yeah,
Do you
I
want
can
my
do
LA
that.
fact before we
oh,
do
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Oh,
LA
yeah.
fact.
But no, it's the end. We
Okay.
finish
yeah,
at that.
right.
Okay, great. So LA has a 22-foot statue of a boy with a chicken's head. Chicken Boy was first perched atop a fried chicken restaurant in downtown LA. The Chicken Boy statue is sometimes known as the Statue of Liberty of Los Angeles.
I love that fact. Before we go,
Great
Jake,
fact.
you're doing a song. You've been doing a song every month.
Song a month, yeah.
As in writing a new one, creating a new
Yeah,
one.
because I
You stopped posting them.
Yeah.
Can for November and December, can you release them? And if people go to Classic Janssen on Instagram, they can see your journey.
Yeah,
Can you
for
do
sure.
Insta
For
stories?
sure,
and stuff?
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, is it empty promises like your brother?
No,
is
though,
this-
though I'll
these
tell
real
you, I
promises?
started because I hadn't written a song for. When I was younger, I wrote heaps. I probably wrote about 30 songs between the ages of 18 and 23. I didn't write anything from 23 to 30. And then the start of this year, I thought I'm going to get back into it. I decided I'm going to commit to a song a month. The first 5 months straight, like I, nailed it. And now we're in month 10, and I've got 8 unfinished songs, and like I'm chasing my tail now, but
Yeah.
like I'm really committed to actually getting it finished.
Can you play a song quickly? Can we get one of his songs? Or
Can
do you
we
have
just
time?
fucking have focus about what we're doing? We're either doing that. I actually thought You have been on the podcast. You guys
you
did
we
live
did
show.
Did the Missy
Right, I'm going to
Higgins
turn this
thing.
off.
Oh, turn it off.
And
I'll
Jake,
do a video
you'll be coming back
after-
on.
But
I'll come
also,
back, yeah.
I'll do a video after the fact that we can do as a bonus on our Instagram
Yeah,
of the
great.
song.
Amazing.
Okay, here we
All
go.
right, I'm going to turn the light off. I'm going to see if this works.
All right.
Here we go. Hey, guys.
Bye. All right, it's the Daily Talk Show.
Thank you.
Hi@thedailytalkshow.com is the email address. Leave your Apple Podcast reviews and Apple Podcast 5 stars, please. Thank you.
It didn't work.
Definitely.
No, there's definitely something a little bit.
Darkness. I see nothing.
No, look.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
Do you see it?
I can see it in real life.
You
not
can
on
see
the
it in real
camera,
life. The camera, maybe,
I mean,
TJ, can you bring it close to the camera and see?
the mixer looks great.
That's good. Bring it close. Nothing. Okay. All right. Catch you guys.